Hello, students. It is August 1st, and I am about to record my update to what is new with the Common App for the 2024-2025 cycle. It just launched. It's supposed to launch today. I'll be honest, I logged on last night, and there it was around 9:45 last night. I was very excited. So I'm going to take you on a quick tour and show you some things to keep in mind when you are doing your Common App. So first of all, you'll need to create an account. So I'm just going to I'm going to get you into the Common App. I keep an account every year just so I can help my students look for things. I add and delete colleges. So what you're going to see is my account for this year. Okay, so the first thing is the dashboard. These are the colleges that you add to your college list. So if you notice here, some of these say for this one, for GW, for example, at the top, writing supplement not yet available. Some, but not all of the colleges have confirmed their writing supplement. So that will show you on your dashboard. You are more than welcome to add or delete colleges at any time. That's how you remove a college. How do you add a college? Let's go to college. You can enter any college here. So let's say, let's just go back and add George Washington. You don't even have to spell it right. And if it pops up with a number of different schools, just make sure you pick the correct campus. So you want to click add, and then it will add to your dashboard on the first screen. I want to show you something else though. Let's pick University of Michigan, for example. Now this is a perfect one because you see they have multiple campuses. So I'm going to pick the main campus in Ann Arbor, Michigan. This is a fantastic page that has a lot of different information for you. And this year, apparently, they've made it much easier to see application deadlines. So if you're applying for fall of 2025, you want to make sure that you're looking at those deadlines. Again, you see there are multiple times that you can start at a college. So again, make sure that you pick the correct one. So they have cleaned this up quite a bit. I'll be honest, this is the first time I'm looking at this one. And I don't pay so much attention to the writing requirements on this page. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Let's look at the Common App itself. There's some very basic information: profile, family, education. This is where you went to college. I've entered some basic information. This is all for play, so just ignore the specifics. Many of the colleges will require you to report courses and grades. You can see for the number of schools I've been looking at for my different students over the years, some colleges require you to enter courses and grades and others don't. So once you enter your college list, if you do need to enter courses and grades, make sure that you get a transcript that goes through the end of junior year so you can enter that there. Okay, this is also kind of cool. Honors within the education section. These are educational honors, academically oriented honors that you've earned. You have about 100 characters to give the honors title. So I do recommend that you use those 100 characters to really kind of explain what the honor is. Okay, let's skip ahead to the activity section. This is the activity section. Love this. So you can see that I've entered some, and again, I've been playing around with this as I've been demonstrating it to students. But the first thing is there's a drop-down menu. So you'll have some set choices, including other, by the way. So don't worry if your choice is not there. Then you have the position or leadership. When you see a red star like this, that means it is required to enter the information. So you have 50 characters. That does include spaces for your position or leadership. Then the organization name, you have up to 100 characters. And then a description, you have 150 characters. Okay, so a very small amount of space to explain something that you may have been doing for a long time. Okay, then you check participation grade levels. It's only in high school. So in this example that I'm showing you, I say avid reader since 3rd grade. I want the colleges to know that I've been doing something longer than high school, even though they're not allowing me to check that on their boxes. So you have to use the wording to get a little creative there. Hours per week, weeks per year, do you intend to participate in college, etc. This preview button is one of your best friends in the Common App. When you hit preview, it's going to show you the preview, actually how the colleges will see your application. So I do recommend that you print it to PDF and that you proof it after you enter it, because sometimes things get a little bit wonky. Okay, so that is the activity section. It also has up and down arrows. You can move things up and down and etc. And you've got up to 10 spots for activities. Don't worry if you can't fill all 10. And again, you can lean into hobbies for activities. That's fine too. There's a new financial aid tab. I actually haven't even looked at this yet, but they cleaned this up apparently this year, and there's a nice new way to look for scholarships, which is fabulous. I don't remember seeing this in the past, and I know from the counselor update call that they said that there was going to be a really nice update here. So in looking for scholarships, sometimes you can really be going down these rabbit holes, not in a good way. So it looks like they've given us some really nice sources for legitimate scholarships and how to apply for financial aid. So this is fabulous. That's an improvement this year. Okay, let's go back to, let's look at supplements. Okay, so let's look at colleges. This is the college list. And again, I add and delete colleges. Don't take this seriously. It can change. It changes on a day-to-day basis. Okay, I'm just going to pick one that I think has, now University of Maryland, I'm based in Maryland. I heard their questions are not final yet. So when you click questions, you see they're not quite ready, check back again. They should be within the week. There's also something called recommenders and FERPA. You want to click complete release authorization in your Common App. I'm not going to do that because I want to be able to show students in meetings. However, this is basically saying that you're agreeing that you will not look at your recommendation letter. It's a legal thing. Once you complete the release authorization for the FERPA for one college, there is a button where you can click for all schools and it will flow throughout your application. So you don't have to do that school by school. Once you do it once and you click apply to all, it'll be there for you. And that means that you'll be able to go ahead and get recommendation letters. Let's look at a school that I believe there are supplements announced for. Okay, University of Michigan. Again, I'm not in love with this part of the Common App because what I like to do is on the left, this menu here, it looks like I'm finding it under questions for different colleges. However, I have seen in the past that these supplemental questions sometimes hide within each school's shelf of the Common App, if you will. Questions, I'd love to see them put them all there. As you scroll down in the questions, there are some basic questions about discipline, et cetera, optional. There's something about academics. Many schools will ask you, oh, interesting, they don't have that up yet. Many schools will ask which school you're applying to, what major you want to do, et cetera. Writing, do you see this at the bottom here? This is typically where you'll find your supplements, but not always. So again, I do want you to search around. Michigan this is a very typical supplement profile. Okay, so in addition to the main essay, which I'll show you in a minute, there are supplemental questions you'll be asked of some schools. So Michigan has two, and you'll be entering them within this box. I'm just going to play around, just putting a bunch of text here. You can see at the top, the formatting is very limited. You can do bold, you can do italics, you can do underline. You can't do a whole lot more than that, unfortunately. So at the bottom right of each supplemental box or each writing box on the Common App, you'll see how many words you have to write. So here they're allowing you up to 300 words. There's a second question here as well, up to 550 words. Okay, so that is pretty typical for supplements. Let's go back to the Common App for a second. Under writing, there is a personal essay, the main essay, and these are the prompts for the main essay this year. They're the same as they were last year. And these are just ideas. You can truly write about anything, but they give you some prompts to come up with ideas, okay? And for the main essay in the Common App, you have up to 650 words for that essay. I do recommend that you submit the same main essay to every college unless there's a compelling reason not to do so. The idea is that you're coming up with your best headline, your #1 story, and you'd want to share that with all your schools. There's also an additional information section. 2 additional information options for you. The first is the COVID-19 or community disruption question. That's basically COVID happened, were you impacted academically? For the most part, that's how I read this. Last year, I heard only 16% of the applicants answered that question. I'm seeing, you can see WJ is great. That's one of my student schools. I was entering just to show. Up to 250 words for that. Truly optional. If you say yes, it'll pop up. If you don't, it won't. The second thing is, do you wish to provide details of circumstances or qualifications not reflected in the information? This is basically additional information. Okay, I rock. Again, I was showing someone how to use it. So up to 650 words, you don't have to use that. I've seen students use that for a number of reasons, either to report one grade they got that wasn't representative of their overall academic performance, or sometimes we use it as a spillover from the activity section. But again, it's there for you if you want to use it. Let's just say, I'll say you rock. Okay. So I've entered that. And let's say this one I also want to enter. Okay. You rock. I'm just kind of showing you. When you hit continue, let's look at, this is we're in courses. Let's go back to writing for a second and hit again, preview. Great tool for you. Do you see how it shows up? Your personal essay is there, then the community disruption question, then the additional information section. If you click that you want to do that, if you click yes. Okay, so that is there. What else can I show you? I think that's pretty much it. I hope this answers questions that you may have. Oh, I do want to show you one other thing. This is my website, little PSA here for my website. I have a lot of great resources here. If you haven't already, you are more than welcome to sign up for this free essay planner on the lower right of my website, name and email. You'll receive my free essay planner. There's a lot of great tips in that. And you'll also be on my newsletter, and I'll be sending you monthly tips. So there are some neat pieces of info here, but here on blog, I have a lot of really good resources for students. So I just put this out today, the Common App launch. I will be adding this video you're seeing right now to replace last year's video on that post. There's also what's new with the Common App. I had a session with the Common App leadership and other counselors from across the world, and they filled us in on all the new things that you'll be seeing this year in the Common App. And there's some more about why AI is a bad idea, the main essay prompts, how to get motivated. There's all kinds of creativity factors there. So that's all I've got. I hope this helped. And I just want to make the same promise to you that I make to every single student I meet, which is that you can shine like the brightest star. I truly believe that. I wish you all the luck in the world in your application process. And if I can help you in any way, just email me through the website, powerhourediting.com. I would love to help you shine even brighter. So have a great day.